Greetings! Welcome to this video tutorial on the use of Smart Notebook software to create multimedia presentations for use on the smartboard. The topic of this presentation is one that's very exciting to me. It's the use of interactive gallery items. And the gallery, Smart Notebook Gallery comes with a lot of interactive items that can be really useful and meaningful to a teacher creating a lesson. One of them is this flip block, and you can see it says Nifty. If I click on the block, it flips over and there's another side. So this could be used to put a question on one side and an answer on the other, or you could have a number of questions or a number of answers, and on the back could be correct or incorrect or something like that. So a lot of different ways you could use it, but a kind of neat thing to have and to be able to use. The second item here is an interactive game, and there's a number of different types of interactive games. I'm not sure how much multiple choice questions are a game, but it's set up in a game sort of environment. I want to make sure I communicate that the questions here are just merely for entertainment purposes. They're meant as a joke, not to insult anyone, so please don't be insulted by them. My sense of humor is limited and not very good. But anyway, this one says, how many eagles does it take to lose a game? And because I set up the question, I know the answer is 22. So if I click on that, you can see it gives the green check mark. If I click next, I get to another question. Why would someone like the Cowboys? And then the answer, their mommy liked the Cowboys. They like cow poo. They're confused. They are a front runner. And it sounds like any of these answers could be the correct answer. If I click on one, you can see the red X comes up. That means it's not right. If you click on another one, you can see, oh, that is the correct answer, or at least the answer that was assigned as correct when this was set up. Once I've finished, you can see the finish button comes up. I click the finish button, and it says, on your first try, you correctly answered one question. It's a 50% rating. This is good job, excellent effort. So all that kind of positive feedback is provided. So again, that's how this game item works. In this presentation, we'll look at not how to set up every different type of interactive item, because there's a lot, but we'll look at some basics of setting up interactive items, and then hopefully you'll have a chance to play and look at some others. I'm going to start with a blank Smart Notebook file that I can use to kind of go through the process. You might want to do the same and follow along with this presentation. All of these interactive items can be found in the gallery, and the gallery tab is the one that looks like the picture frame. So if I click on the picture frame, I'm going to click on Lesson Activity Toolkit, because the Lesson Activity Toolkit is where most of the really good interactive items can be found. And you see the first one that comes up there is Balloon Pop. And Balloon Pop's a great interactive item to use, and kids really find it meaningful. But in order to use it, you kind of want to have some pictures on your screen already. So what I'm going to do is click on the text down here, and I'm going to type in Apple. And I can see I get a couple pictures of Apple, so I'll click on this picture, and then I'll click on another picture. Now I've got a couple Apple pictures here that I can put on my page. I'm going to resize them a little bit and then arrange them the way I want them. Once I've got pictures, I'm going to go back to my Lesson Activity Toolkit. You see the interactive comes up, and I'm going to click on my Balloon Pop. See the balloon comes up, and once I click on it, it pops. If I click on it again, it comes back. You can see it says, press edit arrows to edit text, press balloon to pop. So if you press the balloon, it pops. Makes a nice little popping noise. The tab in the lower right-hand corner allows me to resize the balloon, make it bigger or smaller. And the double arrow in the lower left-hand side allows me to edit. So if I click on that, you can see the balloon changes color. And now I can select and change my text. So it says, click to see a picture of an apple. Now I'm going to click back on the double arrow. Now I go back to my balloon. And if I click, it pops again, and now I get back to my apple. So again, that's the basics there. I can also take this, if I right-click on it and I clone the balloon, you can see it came up with a different color, but it's still the same balloon, same text. And again, I can pop both of them, I can pop all of them, I can unpop them, whatever it is. Again, the balloon pop is a fun little activity, but if you're going to use it, you want to make sure you set up your whatever's behind the balloon before you insert your balloon. So that's just a little helpful hint. I'm going to click the next arrow to give myself a blank page So I can do one of those interactive gallery type games. And the gallery game I'm going to use is one that's one of my favorites, and that's Blue Pears. So I click on this, it's going to come in, and it's going to come in basically as a full screen item. I'm going to click and then select the grab handle in the corner and resize it just to make it a little smaller, so it's a little easier to edit the game. Once I have these games in, and almost all the games come in basically looking like this, looking like a game with a question mark in the corner. The question mark will provide me with some information if I take the time to read it. And then also on the other side they'll have a reset button and an edit button. The edit button is what you click in order to edit the game. So I'm going to click edit, and you can see a couple options here. The first option is show tile numbers. If I select that and click OK, you can see that the tiles, each tile has a number on it. I click edit and deselect so that you can see the tile numbers go away. So if you want a simpler matching game, leave the tile numbers. If you don't, if you want it to be more of a challenge, then you deselect that to make the numbers go away. You can change how many pairs you have. You can go anywhere from 2 to 12 pairs. You see 12 pairs is quite a grid. 2 pairs obviously is not very much. I'm going to stick with 2 for now just to show you how that works. And then down in the bottom corner, delete images. If you put pictures in there and then want to change the pictures, you can click that and then click on the pictures to delete them out. And I'll show you that as I go. I don't use the passwords to protect these games. I'm not really sure why you would need to. To me, if you're using this in a classroom with kids, you're going to be there. If some kid clicks to edit it, you're going to see the kid doing it and be able to reprimand him. So it's not something I really think you need. If you feel the need, obviously click password and then type a password in to protect it. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and set up my blocks. I'm going to insert, I'm again going to go down to my search, and I'm going to search for pictures of apples. And you can see I've got one there and I've got another one here. I'm going to drag this picture into the block, and you can see it goes into the block as a picture. And that one goes in as well. So now I've got 1 and 1. I've got 2 different pictures of apples as a match. I'm going to type orange now and get some pictures of orange. And click on the pictures. And now I'll pick 2 pictures of oranges to set as a matching. And I'll, again, the orange picture here, and then drag this orange picture here. Now I've got matching apples and matching oranges. So I click OK, then what's going to happen is it's going to function as a game. I might at this point decide to resize it, make it bigger so it fills my screen when I'm giving this as a presentation. It'll be easier for students to see that way. I click on one and I get a picture of an apple, and then I look for the matching picture. Oh, and look at that, I got lucky. This game will automatically shuffle those, although it doesn't look like it did very much here. You can see that I found my matches, and congratulations, it took me 2 attempts. If I reset it, you can see that again it shuffles them, and they're in different places this time. I didn't make a match, but now I'm able to find the matching piece and make all my matches. And see, it keeps track. If you keep the file open, it'll keep track. If you don't, they'll go away. So again, that's matching tiles, and again, I use that for a lot of different in a lot of different ways. I use a lot of math problems and then find the matching solution. For me, in the math classroom, that's one way it's useful. We'll look at one more interactive item, and we'll go back to our gallery and go to the Lesson Activity Toolkit. As I scroll down here, there's a lot of different things you can use, and I'd encourage you to just click on one and try it, see how it works. The one I'm going to look at here, the dice are kind of cool. You can use keyword dice. The one I'm looking for, though, is the question flipper that I showed before, or the flipper block. You can see here it is, question flipper. I'm going to click on that, and here's how it comes in. And it says click to show other side, and that's exactly what happens. Click on the arrows to edit the text on either side. If I do, and again, it's the same as the balloon. There's a handle to resize, and there's a double arrow to edit text. If I click, I can highlight and change my text to be question. And then I can flip to the back, and I can highlight that and make that say, probably not going to be very surprised at what I type here, answer. Obviously, you can change the font, you can change the font size, you can change the background color. A lot of different things you can do there. When I'm done, I'm going to click OK. Now my question flipper works like that. I've got a question, I click it, and it flips for the answer. So again, we've looked at 3 different types of interactive items here. There's many, many more, and I'd encourage you to play. They all format in similar fashions, although some can be more or less confusing. I will look at a few other specific types of interactive items in some later tutorials, so you can keep your eyes open for those if you're interested. That's it for today. Thank you very much.